Namaste, Star Family. Welcome to this picker card reading for your February 2026 prediction. So we're going to have a few piles to pick from and we're going to choose them now. And either you're going to pick according to your intuition, whatever message on the card draws you most, or we'll also pick some zodiac signs to associate to the cards. Okay, let me see. We have 4 piles. There we have it. 4 different messages for the month of February. So pile number 1, we have a mystical force is guiding you. Trust in its wisdom. Ooh, beautiful. Pile number 2, we have the magic within you is growing stronger. Use it wisely. Pile number 3, a veil of mystery surrounds you. Embrace the enchantment. And pile number 4, the stars whisper your destiny. Follow their ancient light. Wow, that sounds like a wonderful month ahead. I cannot wait to see y'all messages. All right, let's pick some zodiac signs. So if that's something that is most suited for you to pick your pile. All right, let's give it some space. And we have, so pile number 1, we have Libra, we have Aries. Well, we actually had 4, so we're going to use 4. Leo and Scorpio. All right, so 4 signs for pile number 1. Then for pile number 2, we have Cancer, Virgo, and Gemini. Beautiful. Pile number 3, we have Sagittarius, Taurus, and Pisces. Last but not least, pile number 4, only 2 signs left, Aquarius and Capricorn. Okay. All right. Those are the piles. I let you pick which one you most resonate with, and I will see you there for your messages. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your February 2026 predictions. You chose the beautiful card that says, a mystical force is guiding you. Trust in its wisdom. You might have chosen also according to zodiac placement. We have here Libra, Aries, Leo, or Scorpio. If those are not your signs, don't worry about it. It's just another way for people to pick their piles. Let's get some oracle cards and tarot cards as well and see what we have in store for you, my dear, for this upcoming month. Okay. Oh, so for this, well, this one felt like there was something. And this one. Okay. All right, let's pull some tarot cards and see what else. Okay. All right, they're here. Okay, one more. All right. So let's look. We have a leg up. Never-ending story. The cave and the womb. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is indeed very mystical for you in the month of February, my dear pile number 1. And what I mean by mystical, it seems that there is maybe an astrological alignment within your chart and whatever is going on in the month of February 2026 that is activating, with the polar bear, I'm thinking about your north node. There might be an activation of some axis, as if it's putting you on the path to your destiny, but it's asking you to go within. To go within, maybe there is going to be here a call for some type of womb healing, or maybe some heart womb recalibration, because the never-ending story card, especially with the number 37, 37 in the zodiac wheel, associates with the first degrees of Libra. And those degrees, they speak about breaking the chains of karma. So it seems that there's something that is being activated in your chart that is allowing you to break the karmic chains of repetition from something that was passed on generations after generation. But for you, I almost feel that there is, with every gift, there can be a little bit of a challenge. I'm thinking about the movie Superman with the kryptonite. So it means like there's a positive charge with a negative charge. And I feel that there is some type of ancestral wisdom. I know it's a little bit out there, but again, your pile feels very mystical. There's some type of ancient wisdom that seems to be passed on to you, that is being activated. It could be a third eye, like you're receiving a third eye activation. Now, third eye activation would be the relationship to the sun or the moon. If I'm not mistaken, there's some type of eclipse. Let me go and check that for you because I feel this is relevant. Okay, yes, so we do have indeed a solar eclipse in Aquarius on February 17th. So I feel that with this energy that is upcoming, it's going to affect your chart in a very specific way, and I feel as some of you, especially the wish is looking down to the books, it might be worth for you to look into this astrological alignment. How does it impact your chart? Yeah. There's some type of download, and that means like for you to receive it, I feel that there is something. First of all, it's divinely designed. Okay, so it's happening no matter what. And it does seem that it's eclipsing something in order to make space for this gift and activation to come through. All right, let's look at your tarot cards to have a little bit more precision here. We have, the Queen of Cups, the Magician, the World card. This is interesting because we have the symbol of time here. Then we have the Five of Wands, and this extra card I felt, which is the Devil card. Yeah. You see, this is not the regular tarot weight tarot. So the images is a little bit different, but you can see it clearly in this one as well. Those people, even though they are blindfolded and they are attached to this rope, they have the ability to detach themselves. So there's something here, some false illusion, attachment that is being let go. And I'm telling you, this is something, especially with this particular World card, how she is nesting in nature. There's something about releasing something ancestral. This is an illusion from the past, from, your ancestors, to make space for a transformation, a transformation. I feel like this is going to require for you to be very attuned to your emotions, to your feelings, how you feel. Let me see. Okay, so I just wanted to see how it follows, as far as I remember that there was some type of follow-up with the solar eclipse. There's going to be a lunar eclipse, but it will be in March. But I really feel like this is starting off with the eclipse season that we're experiencing, the first one that we're experiencing in 2026. And we're seeing that for you, it is allowing you to eclipse something now. This is in Aquarius. I haven't looked at the chart for it, but Aquarius is connected to the 11th house. It's also connected to the star card. It's also connected to the Fool card with Uranus. So that means this is all about your potential. It's all about new beginnings. It's all about what makes you you, or what it is that you're meant to achieve, ground, or birth in this lifetime. And whatever is in the way is going to be eclipsed, is going to be removed, and let that stream of energy come through. But there's some, chains from the past. And I would say here with Saturn and this never-ending story, it's something that has been repeated, okay? So again and again and again. But at the same time, I feel that this skill also, or this gift, this ancestral gift, is also connected to the many lifetimes that where this skill was repeated, whether it's your personal repetition of a skill that is coming back online, or something that has been, a skill passed on through your ancestors. Okay, can we have some details about this skill or this download? And then we'll ask how to clear this. Okay, how to create, it's not clear, it's more create the space for the alignment to come with more ease. Okay, because we see here there could be some resistance, or could be a belief that you're not worthy of it, or you're not able to receive it. Oh, this skill, the Empress. And this is all about creation here. Creating the life, not the life, it's the life that you love, or a life that you love, okay? Because the Empress is connected to Venus. Venus is connected to your heart. So here we have some details about you creating the space for creating a life that you love, with the Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords. I feel like we're already receiving with those three cards what I ask as far as questions, what is this skill? So it's really about your creative powers with the universe, you being a creatrix with the universe, and what it requires, the false, attachment or the karmic repetition, is something as far as the emotions, how your emotions were trained, how maybe you were trained to feel about certain situation, or how you were programmed, or how you were told to feel, or however certain situation made you feel. But this is, the Eight of Cups is you moving away from certain ways of feeling. Okay, and this with the Page of Swords, we see that there is a new page, because there is the intervention of the mind in a way that is supportive of you. Okay, so that means like maybe some of you, let me try to find an illustration here. Because you're feeling a certain way. Okay, so that's something that I actually noticed recently in personal sessions or working one-on-one with people, that when we're doing certain shadow work, that what happens after the shadow work is that because we're shining the light of awareness on something that was hidden, the nervous system that was holding on to this pattern of feeling and thinking is being released. So there's like a decompressing effect that happens. And as a result, it may give you the illusion of feeling depressed or low or down. But it is actually a normal way for the body to process the whole shadow work somatically, okay? And I feel like some of you, that might be something of that sort that you might experience through the months of February. We're going to ask if we can have some more details about maybe the type of situations here that made you feel a certain way, but it's going to be through the intervention of your mind, how you think differently, maybe having the awareness of a certain pattern and being able to say, you know, instead of, maybe if you have an issue with deservingness or worthiness, for example, and you just had very contrasted experiences and maybe you felt or falsely believed that you deserved that type of pain, or you deserved to be punished as you felt, you know, maybe as a child. And now changing it and saying that, you know, instead of just using the words deserve because it might trigger you, maybe you want to use the word I choose. I choose to believe my life. I am the creator or creatrix of my life. I choose, or I decide, and using different words that help you step by step improve, because this is the Page of Swords. This is like a new page. This is a new way for you to address a certain emotional pattern. Because there's cups and there's swords, this is you creating something that feels better to you. And how you're going to do it is going to be different according to how you enjoy doing shadow work. Know that at the end of this reading, I always give some meditation blueprint. If you want to work with mantra, mudras, and a frequency healing, this is how I personally like to process some of those shadow aspects as far as cleaning up the energy space. Let's ask if we can have a little bit more details about those beliefs that we're breaking free from. I'm just pondering here because I'm feeling the Empress and the womb, and then the Devil card. By the way, the Devil is Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn is your ascension master. It teaches you how to use your mind. Okay, so I feel like the answer is already there as far as what you're ending is letting your mind trick you into believing certain falsehood. So again, just like my example earlier, if you have experienced harsh contrast, believing that you deserved the punishment or you deserve that pain, okay? And switching it and saying that now I choose differently. Now I have more maturity. I have more self-mastery. I have more self-awareness, so I can decide to feel differently, okay? And this is going to be addressed very much like everyone resonates with this type of work, okay? So don't try to just choose the words that I'm sharing with you. Choose the words that resonate with you and that don't create conflict. You know, the Five of Wands is inner conflict. I'm not sure what this card is actually showcasing. Maybe they're competing for this magic wand. But this is a card that usually speaks of, you know, competition and things that can manifest outside, but it is really because it's happening inside. Okay, so I feel that this is showing you it's time to release whatever inner conflict, fears, false illusion about yourself, because you're the creator of your world. This is Saturn energy. This is you the more you believe a certain thing, use your mind wisely. If you can master your mind, you can help yourself, go through whatever emotions and choose the words that support you to feel better, not feel worse. Okay, so it's almost like use the wisdom of words and language in ways that support you. And if there's none, then like my grandmother would say, just go to bed. Just shut it off, or just like reboot the computer. Or this is why personally, when I was starting to work with upgrading my mindset, I had a very hard time with affirmations because I was very negatively imprinted, and words made me react and kind of like try to justify that whatever good stuff I was trying to state were false. Okay, so that's why I started working with Sanskrit mantras, because I knew they were higher frequency prayers, and I didn't need to attach too much to the meaning. I knew what they meant as far as the general, but when I was reciting them, I knew I was just incanting. I was just like repeating prayers, high vibrational words. Okay, so this is what I have for you in February, my dear pile number one. It seems that you are, through this very rich and intense month of February, when eclipses are there, know that there is something that is being activated in your chart to release a pattern that weighed on you, and maybe also other souls in your lineage, or, family members, or just ancestors, or even, I would say, even past lifetime. This is something that you're removing, breaking free from, that could have been inherited, a false belief, okay? But now you have the power of choosing your words, controlling your mind, and knowing that you can use the power of your emotions not to control you, but actually guide you. And just, it's really about how you're going to choose to interpret what you're feeling and what you're going through, because there's this, the mystical force, there's wisdom that wants to move through you. And it seems that as a result, there's like this very creative force. Maybe some of you, it's going to like help you understand in greater ways the law of attraction, and really start understanding how to manifest and co-create in greater ways with the universe. If you want to meditate with this energy and get some of your own personal downloads, this is where I'm going to channel for you a template for this energy. So for you to, really kind of heal, clear, integrate, and at the same time make the space for those downloads and that mystical power to come through, because there's some wisdom that wants to come your way. So I do feel that I want to give for you my law of attraction, because we did see that there's something about your creativity and you being able to create a life that you love, and that's what the universe wants for you. Okay, so we're going to work with the law of attraction, and that's something that you'll see that I describe in the post down below. So the law of attraction, we're going to work with the mudra that relates to the womb. So the mudra for the womb is the last 3 fingers interlaced, and then you put your index and your thumbs together, and that creates this womb shape. As far as a mantra, I really feel that I just, especially with all the divine energy that wants to come from the cosmos, and working with a higher mindset, I want to give you the mantra, I am divine consciousness, Aham Brahmasmi. This is one of my favorite mantra to channel some of the divine frequencies to flow through me, or so here flow through you in this case. And I think that's going to really support this beautiful magical month that is ahead for you, my dear pile number one. If it is your pile, you can drop me an orange heart, okay, to relate to the womb. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for your presence, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your messages for this month of February 2026. You chose the beautiful card that states, "The magic within you is growing stronger. Use it wisely." It looks like there's many tools at your disposition. So there's many options for you in the month of February. We'll see how that resonates. You might have chosen according to zodiac placement, and here we have Virgo, Gemini, and Cancer. Don't worry if it's not your signs. It's just another way for people to pick their piles. So let's look at your oracle cards, my dear one here, my dear pile number two, for the month of February 2026. What do you need to know at this time? What's ahead? So pile number one made us remember that there is a solar eclipse on February 17th. So that is usually coming with a lot of intensity, and there's going to be a lunar eclipse, but it will be March 3rd. But you know, this is the start of eclipse season, and that means that it comes with some energy, some intensity. Okay, all right. Those cards are together. We'll see what else. All right, and we'll see if we need more after. Okay. So pile number two. What do we have? We have go the distance. And regeneration. You know, it's funny, when I said regeneration, I kept on hearing generation. We'll see how that resonates, but it's almost like here we're seeing this tree that was burned and that still is showing new leaves. So I feel like there's something about generational. Maybe your soul you're an old soul, and you've been wanting to manifest or reach a specific goal that is taking roots, that is showing signs. Maybe some of you had a specific desire that didn't show up in your life yet, or maybe you fought and you gave up on a certain dream or a certain hope, and it's actually starting to show signs of birthing itself, or seeds that are starting to grow and bloom in the month of February, and saying to you, don't give up on yourself, okay? Especially, it's the magic that leads you to your goal comes from within, okay? It comes all from inside of yourself. Now, it says use it wisely. So I do feel here, watch not to burn yourself out. Meaning, like, to reach the goals that you have, it's not about doing more. This is old matrix, okay? This is the old matrix of survival that we're trying to transcend. It's about the actions that you're taking to reach a certain goal that are aligned with the frequency of the goal you're trying to reach, versus trying to do more, and urgency and stress and overload. Okay, so I feel like there's some messages here in the month of February for you, pile number two, to still devote yourself to reaching whatever it is that you want to reach, but use your energy wisely. Work with some of the laws of resonance, of frequencies, and know that it is more about your alignment to become a frequency match with your goal versus doing more. Because the actions, ultimately, it's more about, I would say, for example, if you're doing the work, for example, you have a company and you want to reach a certain income, by the end of next year, or so you start like doing more and being more organized and thinking, I'm going to do this and I'm going to release this, and having all this schedule. But while you're doing this, you're actually, wow, it was 4:44 when I was thinking about this, so let me finish this. But you have some great support. So when you're doing all those new steps that you can see will lead you to success, if you're not enjoying those steps, do you really think it is a match frequency-wise to that goal that you so dearly want? No, because if you already had that goal, that's a place where you're having fun, you're enjoying the rewards, the success, and everything. So you can't have the steps that lead you to the goal be in opposite frequency. So make sure that, I feel like there's a strong message to make sure that you're not burning yourself out, that you're enjoying the steps towards your desires, your goals, because this is the frequency that allows you to see certain results to start showing in your life. Okay. All right. Well, that was a lot of messages just for 2 cards. Then we have, the comic. See, have fun. I told ya. I told ya. Now, let me see. I know that there is Muse Talia. Let me check where Muse Talia is. She's the muse of comedy. And I don't know why I'm thinking about her. So let me check something. Okay. So my suspicions were that Talia was in Aquarius. I'm not mistaken. So Talia, the muse of comedy, is in Aquarius. Now, why does it matter? This solar eclipse is going to be in Aquarius. Okay. So there's something here about making sure that we're enjoying the journey, because ultimately this is what makes having the goal or manifesting the goal really fulfilling. Okay, because otherwise you'll get to the goal and you'll already be thinking what's next and next and next and next. And it has happened to many people, famous people. Those are stories you can read about where, it's more about the person that you're becoming while you're here feeling like you're chasing a dream, you're going after a dream, and it's great, you have a lot of momentum, but it's saying like, make sure, pile number 2, you're having fun with the process. Don't make it so it takes more than it should, okay? Because you're the one responsible. Use it wisely, use your wisdom, okay? Then we have, wow, the prayer. This is so pretty. So pretty. You have so many colors. So many colors. I feel as some of you, maybe your dream and your goal is, I don't know why, but it might be something connected to spirituality or being an artist or a comedian or, something maybe not as conventional. And it's saying, don't lose your passion. Don't use your fuel. Like I will give you an example. Pile number 2. At some point in my life, I was a professional musician / singer, and I devoted, all the beginning of my life when I was young to music and classes and everything. Went to college for it, and when my livelihood depended on my music and booking gigs and stuff, it started to take a toll on my relationship to even being on stage and performing. It didn't matter anymore if I booked the gig, because I was already worried about the next one and the next one and the next one. So that's how I can, illustrate for you how not to lose passion, especially if you are an artist, okay? But there's something very strong with the prayer card that shows me that you're going to, if you stay devoted and knowing that it's about enjoying the steps, it's about enjoying the process, you're going to start seeing results. It's going to be evident to you. But remember all the great advice that we channel for you so far. Let's see what's next. Those cards came together. We have the Magician that is paired with the 5 of Pentacles, which is, a card that shows lack, that there's something missing. And here, this is very You guys, you got to tell me. You're going to drop, if this is your card, you're going to drop me a wand, a magic wand, because I really feel as some of you, there's something about being on stage or being in the public eye, or performing, maybe a dancer, whatever it is. But I really feel like here there's something about your personal art. And if you feel that you're missing something, let's see what the universe has to say. But I almost already want to tell you that it's inside of you. It's inside of you. Maybe some of you, you're looking outside, you're comparing yourself, or you're telling yourself there's already many, comedians, there's many performers, there's many spiritual guides or tarot readers if you were into spirituality, okay? It's not meant to stop you. You're not meant to look at what others are doing if it's making you feel negatively about yourself. You can look outside if you are responding with inspiration and excitement. But if not, then avoid it, okay? Avoid it. Then we have the King of Wands. You see, it's like you have such fire that is in you, and it's not about making it burn stronger, but it's more about making sure that your passion doesn't die in the process. And again, just like my little story for you. And then we have the Seven of Wands. There's this card of protection. I'm curious about this protection because I wonder if it could be what I mentioned as far as, if you're going to compare yourself, look outside for inspiration, and you start feeling that you're not good enough or whatever starts to negatively impact you, then keep your distance from doing this until you start reconnecting with your own heart, your own power, your own magic, because it's there. It's very strong. That's what it says. The magic within you is growing stronger. It's growing stronger. We don't want it to be by doing more or trying to do like others or doing differently or because it's a trend. No, stay true to your art. Stay true to what feels aligned with your passion. Yeah, you guys. All right, let's see what else. Do we have a question? 1 second. I want to know, how can we support you to nurture more of your talent? Okay, like how can we nurture you more? How can we make sure that you're staying in this little party mood? Okay. I wonder, I don't know why, but I'm looking at the colors and I'm thinking chakra. And this line in particular, so red and green, so root chakra and heart chakra. So I'm wondering if, again, it relates a little bit to my illustration. Are you being so worried about how what you love sustains you and brings you stability? Okay. Now, I can understand that. And maybe there is, a certain variety of certain things that you can do that doesn't disallow you to continue your art, but also bring a little bit more of security. We're going to see what the cards are saying, but I do feel that there's something about that. So how can we help pile number 2 to feel more secure in following their heart? Or is there anything else that they need to know as far as this type of patterns here? Wait. There we go. There's something about 2s for you. I don't know. Maybe if you see repetitions of the number 2 in particular, there's something meaningful. Oh, you know what? There's a very strong activation with the muses here. We have Muse Talia, but we also 22. I keep on seeing 2. This is Muse Calliope. Muse Calliope is the muse that helps you script your life, that helps you become a creator. That was a strong message also in pile number 1. So if you hesitated with pile number 1, maybe you want to check out those messages as well. You might have some more messages for you. But this is something I feel that because there's such connection to your heart, and maybe being an artist or being just someone that stands out and that does things differently, or it's out of the conventions, that you're just very supported by those archetypes such as the muses. Okay, the muses are inspiration, source of inspiration. They help you stay connected to source. They help you stay connected to your gift. Okay, so that's something, by the way, if you want to join us on Patreon, that is part of the Goddess Temple. You have all the muses archetypes, the goddesses archetype that I share with every transit. That's something you can join. There's 7 days free trial, which I'm very excited that Patreon can offer. You can check that out down below. Then we have here the 8 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. The 8 of Cups is how we feel and how we have to move away from the way we respond emotionally. And I feel the 5 of Wands is a card of inner conflict with comparison, competition, jealousy. So this is something here, how can we support you? And we said it, but it seems to be more important. It's like, don't put yourself in situations where you're going to compare yourself or you're going to trigger feeling out of source with your personal way to express, because your way of being, whatever artist, performer, spiritual guide, or whatever is out of the convention. It can be your life coach. It doesn't have to be what I said, but it's just a little bit out of the standards, okay? Don't look, you have a specific channel to source to express. And that's very important for you to stay aligned with that expression, okay? And I keep on hearing this, like, just don't go with the trends. You're a trendsetter, not the other way around. That's interesting. Okay. Then we have the Death card and the 8 of Wands. So my question was, how can we support you? There's a transformation. What I feel here is very interesting because that relates to your personal connection to the divine. Some of you, I would say, because I put it with the prayer, maybe you're here to help bring messages from different dimension, okay, because there's something here. And whether it is, even if you're a dancer, maybe you're here to embody certain archetypes or certain dances. I think recently I found this French girl that started doing, instead of heels, she created this heels ballet, like ballet heels concept. And oh my God, I was like, oh my God, yes, I love it. I love the concept. I love the energy that was behind it. I love how it was just, I don't know what it triggered in me. But I was so happy to see this. And that's kind of like what I feel for you. There's like something very unique, okay? Maybe that hasn't been seen. Maybe that's something, again, that maybe that's the generation. Maybe this is something that you practiced in different past lifetime, or that was passed on to you and that now is meant to emerge in your personal way, expression. I really feel that this is something that maybe also is meant for the next generation. There's something about generation. It's something that you are meant to set. This is definitely, wow, this is like super, super intriguing. Yeah, pile number 2, you're going to drop me a magic wand because I'm wondering who has that. And maybe if you want to share with our soul tribe, what is it that's going on? But know that you are receiving our support. We're here to support you, to really express your particular light. Yes. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for you in February, my dear pile number 2. This magic, this light is growing stronger, not by comparing yourself, not by following trends, but by having more fun with what makes you stand out. But really, it makes you stand out because you're having fun. So it's like one feeds the other, okay? And making sure that you're not trying to do more, compare yourself, feel that there's something missing. You have everything inside of you. It is said it's just about self-mastery. So if you're interested in a meditation blueprint to help you channel even further messages for this month of February, or just align you with this message, I am going to channel for you a certain recommendation for frequencies that can support you. You know, with the prayer, and especially the inspiration that we're feeling, you know, through all the muses and everything. By the way, if you have access to the Patreon Goddess Temple, go and check out Talia's messages and Calliope's, because I definitely feel those two in particular. But I want to give you my love and spiritual wisdom frequency, because I really feel like this is going to help you remember that this is a path. It's you being a spiritual being, having a human experience, and it's supposed to be fun. And you're supposed to remember the wisdom and the joy of the gift that you're bringing on this earth. Yeah. So love and wisdom frequency. And you know, because I keep on seeing the red, and I said on this earth, I want you to, in this, with the root chakra, I really want you to just use the mudra of connecting your thumb and your index fingers together. So just simple root chakra mudra. And as far as a mantra, you know, with those activation of your chakra, I want to suggest to you the very popular mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. This is something that helps you remove any type of competition, conflict, jealousy, you know, feeling negatively about yourself, and reestablishing that beautiful connection with the heavens, and also that stability that is your innate confidence, because you are a child of Source, of God, of the universe. And you are meant to bless us with all of those gifts that we can feel that are growing stronger through the month of February, and that we are still looking forward, my dear pile number 2, to see shine. That's what I have for you, my dear ones. Thank you so much for your presence. I will see you in the next readings. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your messages for February 2026. So you chose the beautiful card that says, a veil of mystery surrounds you. Embrace the enchantment. Okay, what's brewing for you? If you chose this pile, you might have chosen according to zodiac placement. We have here Sagittarius, Taurus, or Pisces. If those are not your signs, don't worry about it. Just another way for people to pick their piles. Let's look at your oracle cards, my dear pile number 3. Okay, so what we have in store. So pile number 1 reminded us that there is this eclipse season that starts in February. So with this comes some type of intensity. That means, you know, with eclipse, we're removing something to make space with something greater. It does seem that for you, we're going to see, but it's mysterious. something brewing. We'll see what that is. Up for you, we'll just pick that and that. You want 3? Okay, we'll give you 3. You want more, we'll give you more. Okay, then we have, whoa, all right, your cards are already here. If we need more, we'll get it later. Okay. All right, pile number 3. We have the why. Why? Okay. And Treasure Island. You know, for you, pile number 3, I wonder if there's going to be certain events in February where you're going to ask yourself, why? Why is this happening? And I don't want you to say happening to me. You got to switch it to it's happening for me. Because I feel that whatever could be eclipsed, removed, destructured, or create change in your life is actually to take you in a place of greater fulfillment. Yeah. And I feel like here, this is how the universe works in mysterious ways. Yeah. Then we have the sword. You see that duality? But what's interesting is that it's almost like night and day. I feel like for you, maybe the eclipse is going to create some strong change. Pile number 3, I don't want you to fear any type of change. I'm not saying this, or you're not here to have any apprehension, because you can see right away. It's not about understanding why it's happening. It's knowing that it's taking you in greater places. You know, I think I had like someone reach out to me recently and said, you know, they just happened to lose their job. And my first instinct was like, oh, you know, obviously it's not a pleasant thing that happens, but I'm like, oh, that means the universe has something so much greater for you. Good. I cannot wait to hear what that's going to be. So I feel a little bit of this. So if that's something that resonates for you, just know that this is very strong, how the universe is going to surprise you with its own ways of, you know, functioning, the ways of the universe, the mystery of the universe. Okay, then we have the king. See, with this hand. Yeah. You're going, you know, I feel that you have support. Even if it doesn't appear right away, or when maybe something gets destructured or happens that you didn't expect, you're going to be given a hand. And I don't know what this example came, like, I think that some of you, if you were being, you know, working in a big company and that company just comes with certain regulations or whatever, AI improvement that now needs less people to work and you're being cut off, I feel like there's going to be some type of good severance or some type of exchange that's going to at least help you for the transition. Okay, that's just an illustration that doesn't need to resonate, but it's what I'm feeling. It's almost like with something that may seem drastic or a lot of change, there's going to be something that helps alleviate, okay? The universe is going to make sure of this. And then we have the cave. You see, this is, again, mystery, but this is like, it's telling you, trust, there's something greater. You see how that light is the same? Yeah. There's something better for you out there. And in February, it's going to start being even more obvious to you. Yeah. There's a lot with the hands here. You know, the right palm is the giving palm. And you see how there's something that is being given to you. It's going to be different for everyone because we're, you know, a collective here watching. But no, this is taking you in a greater, and it's very interesting because I'm being reminded of this little, I don't know if it was a reel, but this video that I saw, oh my God, months ago. I don't even know how I remember it. But there's this little fish that was swimming in a small pond. And I don't know what got into the fish, but it started going in the sand where it was not going to breathe. And I don't know how it knew, but there was the ocean on the other side. So it was like smalling in this small puddle of water, and there was sandbars everywhere, and then it landed in that huge ocean. This is what I feel for you. It's almost like you thought that was good and that was going to maybe sufficient, or you were happy and that's good enough, but there's something much better for you. Okay, so this is where the universe is taking you. Something where that's what I'm hearing, like a pool with bigger fish. Bigger fish to fry. Look at this, the Magician. Wow. The Strength. Major Arcana. This is a big deal for you. And, wow, 3 major arcanas. So let me see if I can place them all. But you can see it's really in your hands. There's a lot. You see the fist. So one, she seems to be doing this. This is very interesting because some of you, if you know about my readings, I do like to give you at the end a certain meditation blueprint. I like to work with mudras, mantras, and frequencies. And here we can see this is more of a fist of, you know, being strong and maybe boosting your energy. But here the Magician puts the thumb inside. And this is called Adi Mudra. And this is the first gesture that we do when we are kids. That's like an infant holding their thumb, their hands. And that's how they use their hands at first. So there's something here about hands. Trust the hand. Trust that you're being provided for, that whatever is meant to manifest for you, there's something bigger. You see this? This is a freaking like huge eye, okay? Don't think this is like evil eye or you're cursed or you're being punished, okay? No, that's not the case. You are actually being divinely redirected to a place where your value, where your courage, your resilience, your I don't want to just use magic, but your abilities. And I feel like with this huge hat, maybe some of you are good at wearing different hats. You're a jack of all trades, you know. So know that there is something where your abilities, where your resilience or your talent, your innate talent has greater use. Okay, so there's definitely here with the mystery some reorganization. Again, don't be surprised. This is eclipse season. There's always this type of reorganization around those moments. Let's see if we can get for you some reassurance, because I don't want you to worry about this because it shows in the cards. You know, you have a lot of support, but can we have maybe some clarity for pile number 3 so they feel some reassurance with the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is a choice, you know, and here I feel that some of you might feel like you don't have a choice if the choice is made for you, but know that at a higher level, this is the universe making that choice. Even if it's the company or it's coming through a boss, it's coming through, you know, a situation. I would say for some of you, I didn't see really cards that show relationship, but if that was the case for you and you resonate more with relationship, like if the choice is made for you, know that this is the universe saying, well, we got much better loving places, opportunities, co-workers, relationships that are awaiting for you, okay? Then we have the Hangman. The Hangman is the card for Neptune, okay? And this is the collective. So some of you, I feel like, you know, maybe you're going to feel that you're caught in certain collective. Again, that's where my example seems to have meaning. Like, you know, like there's no choice. There's a collective, maybe reorganization of a company that you feel like there's no choice, or that your hands are tied. Okay. No, that's not the case. Okay. No, that's not the case. There's, again, that's some of you, maybe there's something that you want to say yes to in February, and you feel like you don't have the choice and you have to stay where you are. It seems that the universe is going to show you otherwise. Okay, it's going to show you otherwise, that yes, you can. Whatever is the situation, I want you to repeat, yes, you can. Yes, I can. Okay, I am possible. Okay, not impossible. I'm possible. Yes, the Nine of Cups. Because ultimately, all the cards saying that for you, pile number 3, it's only your personal, maybe, perception, or you can be under the illusion of how people are labeling a certain situation. So usually, like I said, you know, the person that mentioned to me that they lost their job, most people are like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, what are you gonna do? They start worrying for you. It's very out of the ordinary that people are like, oh, really? Like, I wonder what the universe is going to bring to you. So there's something better. So maybe being more excited and saying like, wow, well, I'm, you know, maybe not given a choice, but this is really under the universe's guidance, okay, and protection. Yeah, that's what I feel for you. Is there anything else that can support pile number 3 with those changes? Well, we're going to get you some, yes, the Queen of Cups. You know, take care of your emotions. You know, don't let yourself be under the influence of other people's perception or projection. Trust in the mystery of life. You know, some people are going to, maybe if you're like, well, you know, I know something that means it's something, because it's when you start becoming more spiritually inclined and start working with the universe and the laws of the universe, and maybe some people respond differently to you saying, well, okay, well, yeah, yay, I lost my job. Or just like, oh, I lost my job, but, you know, I wonder what's going to come next for me, and not letting yourself feel powerless, especially with those cards. Don't let yourself feel powerless, because maybe that's how most people feel in this type of situation, because ultimately this is all unfolding for something greater to come about. Yeah. Pile number 3, if it is you, I want you to drop me, you know, the swords. Drop me the swords, okay, that show the crossroad, because really it's not about choice in your case. It's almost like you're at a crossroad in February where you're trusting that whatever direction is opening up for you is the direction that leads you to your highest fulfillment. It doesn't matter how others are seeing it. You're going to be receiving support. You're going to be given a hand because you have and hold this type of higher beliefs. Okay, so that's going to be for you. Now, if you need to do some energy work, and meaning like some breath work and using mantra, let's channel this for you, my dear one, to help you alleviate any type of feelings, you know. So I feel it for you. I do want to suggest my frequency that is called Surrender is the Portal, because I really feel like for you, pile number 3, it is about allowing the flow of life. It's not about questioning it. It's about trusting it. Okay. So I'm going to suggest Surrender is the Portal. And as a mudra, I want you to use this Adi mudra, which is kind of putting you in that it calms the nervous system. That's what babies do naturally. This is a very instinctual mudra, and that's going to help you calm your nervous system. Already the surrender is your portal. I have some background with some birds, which birds naturally signal to our bodies that it's safe. Why? Because birds only sing when they feel safe, or at least when they sing. So if they alarm each other, this is a different type of noise. But we know that when they start singing, it's because they feel safe. So you're going to really create that safety, that no matter what happens or whatever changes, and maybe when you're watching this, you're not in this phase or you're starting to see certain things changing, know that the more you maintain the frequency of surrender and trusting the universe, the better it's going to support you. And I would say, as far as mantra, I just want you to, especially with this big eye, that reminds me of the connection to the third eye, which is Om. I just want you to chant Om. Okay? And if you don't like to chant, just hum. Okay? That helps you. Or that can help you soothe yourself. This is the best way that I have to support you, my dear pile number 3. I'm sending you so much love, so much support. Please come back to this reading if you need to build back your confidence. Remember this meditation blueprint. I trust you will have an amazing outcome. I can see it. It's already divinely organized for you. I'm sending you much love and light. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your messages for February 2026. You have the beautiful card, The Stars Whisper Your Destiny. Follow their ancient light. Okay. And if you chose according to zodiac placement, we have Aquarius and Capricorn for this pile. So let's pull your oracle cards. But it seems that there's something, when the stars are involved, I do feel astrology very much connected to the reading. Okay, so it seems that there's something in the astrology of the month or how it connects to your personal chart, okay, that is meaningful. Okay, let me get this pile up, et voila. And let's get some tarot cards for you. And let's see what we have. So pile number 1, which actually had a very similar energy with the crystal ball and the lady, that there was eclipse season starting in February. So February 17th, we have a solar eclipse in Aquarius, and then in March, so it's at the beginning, there will be followed by a lunar eclipse. So just so we know, because that will impact how the messages come out, yes, and we have Aquarius here. Okay, even more meaningful. Don't know why I was saying this until I saw. Okay, all right, so we have, serendipity. Wow, destiny and serendipity. What is going on for you in February? Poised. Wow, awesome. And flexible. What cards? Wow. You know what stands out for me is that it's all this feminine energy that seems to be very embodied, very present. Yeah, your presence. Something about your presence. Yeah, okay. The Lover. Ooh. And the Destroyer. Interesting. Okay. So I feel that for you, pile number 4. With the Destroyer, it really reminds me that eclipse season that we're entering in February, but here in particular, especially with Aquarius being here for that solar eclipse, that there's something that maybe have been in the way of you embodying your true light. Or, you know, with the Lover, I would say having that beautiful inner divine union. Whatever was blocked is being removed. That eclipse, again, if you chose because you have Aquarius, and if that's your sun sign, that's even bigger. Like there's something major that is being eclipsed for you. And it seems to be something that was affecting, especially here we have a golden pearl. So it was probably affecting your mind in particular, because that's masculine energy with the gold. You see it here. Wow. The mind, the masculine, maybe something yet you thought was a block, but you know, the mind can create some blocks. It doesn't mean that it's real. I feel like you're becoming more flexible, and see all these figures are feminine energy, feminine energy. So it seems that your body, or through your body, your light is shining more in February because of a certain block being eclipsed. We'll see if those cards are helping us figure out what is it that is being eclipsed from the mind that allows you to feel in divine partnership with yourself and also source. We have the Queen of Cups, the Two of Swords, Temperance, and the Three of Wands. Okay. You know what I feel here? Especially Temperance, you again, it's uncanny how that solar eclipse, then that's going to be followed with lunar eclipse, is going to be major for you. It's written in the stars, the way it is wired for you, written for you, that there is some type, you know, Temperance is both yin and yang, and here you have the Lover with a focus. So I feel like there is a reawakening or a full awakening of your feminine essence. You know, this is the only masculine energies. Everything else is feminine. So I feel like maybe some of you were not as trusting in your own personal inner compass or guidance. And with this type of events, cosmic events, whatever was creating this imbalance is actually going to be removed. You're going to start operating from a much more embodied version of yourself. And I think this is maybe being more present. Maybe some of you are more allowing yourself to have space with your feelings, with taking the time to meditate, taking the time to be more in your body. I feel here, maybe some of you are into yoga, or there's certain practice with that big color green here with the clove, maybe eating better or better health habits. You know, there's something you're doing that is helping you trust your intuition. I will tell you, like, the example that I have for you. Like, recently I have stepped up my training game, like a lot. Okay, let's just put it that way. I've always trained, but like, just step up. Okay. And what I love about this, which I had forgotten a little bit, I guess, because it's the next level, where your body, when it's being trained and it starts to like need nutrition, it knows what you need to eat. And there's no questioning like, should I eat this or should I not eat this? Or is this a good food combination? There's no question like this. Your body was like, I need this with this. And you just go for it. So that's just the way that I can illustrate it, is that because you're more in your body, you're more present. There's certain things that in the past, maybe your mind was delaying you or making you waste energy, that now is going to be like, you see here, it seems, I'm not sure if it's a wolf, but it looks like an animal instinct. So this is almost like you're going to reconnect with a part of you that is raw instinct. and that just knows. And it comes from your body. So allowing your body to guide you to be more present with the things that matter, and releasing, the Two of Swords is like being pulled in different direction about a certain decision. This is going to be removed. Like whatever are those strings, they're going to be removed. Okay, that's exciting. Pile number 4. Love this. Okay, so let me see if I have questions. Of course I'm going to have questions. Can we have a little bit more details about this mind upgrade? Because there's an expansion here. Okay, what's the mind upgrade, or what was the limitation, whatever the universe wants to share, but the mind pattern. Okay. Okay. If I said it's because I was trying to pull one card and 2 came. Just so you know. Like making, you see, it's so much. My body instinctually made a noise. Okay, so there's something here about letting your body express itself, even if it makes no sound, even if it makes no sense to others. I was thinking about something else at the same time, because this morning I was riding my bike and it was really hard. It was hills and hits, and I was grunting, and I was like telling myself, would you do that if there was like people? And I'm like, at that level of how hard it was, I was like, of course I would. So there's something here about like releasing certain emotions, noise of the body. It's just like, this is how you're releasing some of those mental, like, maybe like my example, being self-conscious. Being self-conscious. There's no space for it. You're trying to like reach a goal, whatever. It's just like you have to be present with whatever your body needs to do or express. Okay, so I feel like this message is here just by my body just making noises here. We have the Ace of Cups. Oh, the 9 of Cups. I must have held the deck upside down, and the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, you can see here the mind was creating imbalance. So maybe some of you had certain patterns of feeling self-conscious or thinking too much about how people perceive X, Y, and Z, and it would just throw you off, okay, or how people just simply perceive you. This month of February, it's like you're not going to actually give a F, okay? Because the light is on you. Again, I don't know if it's because of that Aquarius solar eclipse, but there's Aquarius is a way shower, is the number 11 on the wheel. So it's like you've walked a long path to get to that level of self-mastery where you can just walk your path authentically. And I feel like you're going to retrieve. There's some type of like light retrieval here. Light retrieval and love for yourself that's going to bring a lot of balance. Yeah, through your presence. This is like huge. Pile number 4. I love, love, love this. If it's you, drop me a clove here. Clove. Clove. That lucky symbol here. Okay? Yeah, I love this. Wonderful. I don't really have any questions for you because I really feel like this energy is just written in the stars, and it's just going to allow you to feel more confident about who you're meant to embody without being even attached to any label. Who is it that you're supposed to be or become? But it's more like, I love myself. I love life. I love enjoying life. I love navigating life. I love, learning how to master my emotions, my mind, and enjoying the ride. I really feel like this is where you're at, really. Wow. Okay, well, my dear pile number 4, if you need some support with energy guidance, so that what I mean by this is a meditation blueprint. I know, because I mention it out loud light soul retrieval. So I do have a soul retrieval frequency. And I know that with this cup of love, I'm going to ask you to chant, I am divine love, or Ahem Prema. Okay, so you can bask in that energy and retrieve it. Okay, so it's almost like you don't need outside source. Look at this Queen of Cups. You don't need outside source to know that you are loved by the universe. You just know it. You know that you're protected. You know that you're lucky. You know that you're blessed. You just learn how to navigate with the ebbs and flow of life. And this is going to make you very magnetic. You have like a really, really beautiful month ahead. As far as the mudra, okay, the sign language, I'm going to suggest to you with the Two of Pentacles and even like the Temperance and the Two of Swords to work with my Yang mudra and the Yin. Okay, so Yang, so you're creating this infinity loop and then putting all three fingers together. When the right thumb is on top, this is Yang. When you switch to the left thumb on top of the right, this is Yin. Okay, and I would just chant Ahem Prema while you listen to the soul retrieval frequency, and voila, you got your magic. And it can be very supportive for you, especially if there's a lot of change. If you start like noticing that your mind is playing against you or is trying to dissuade you about doing something or taking a new hobby, class, project, that's when I would use this. Okay, so this is just like, okay, if you catch yourself in this month being pulled by your mind and your heart, okay, or decisions, come to that meditation blueprint that will support you. That's what I have for you, my dear pile number 4. I'm sending you so much love and so much light, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye.